Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the War of the Gods. We are back with Marignon and the god whose name is unpronounceable. Now, as you can see here, it's late winter in the year 3, so we're still pretty early in the game, but our god has actually just broken free. Ooh, free black steel plate, that's always good. And Bayville's been conquered by neutrals. Long Dead Horseman, not really a huge threat. Did he... Seriously, did I at least get the... Okay, good, I did actually get the black steel plate. This is actually... The black steel is actually what makes Ulm so powerful, especially in the Middle Ages. Because that's where they have a lot of... That's one of their unique tricks, is the fact that they have that. Okay, the Admiral can lead 100 troops. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I'm gonna give him 50 crossbows because that's a lot of firepower. As for what's been going on, I've been mostly working at just, well, my usual daily teaching job, because that's what I'm paid to do. It's going okay, I guess. One moment. Excuse me. Now, let's see. Beyond that, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 and NHL 16 recently. I've been playing those on PS4, so I might stream those eventually, I'm not sure yet. What is his injury? Oh, he's got a chest wound. And he does also have a pretty good-sized army. Okay, I think we're done here, so let's end the turn. Make sure I got my timer still going. There we go. And I'm trying to get back to the pretty standard 25 minutes for the episode. Or 25 minutes for the body of the episode, because my ending usually adds about 2 minutes. I'm also working with the YouTube stuff to see if I can maybe add some music to the end, so it's not just a blank slide for a good few seconds. I mean, I don't have a huge amount of time I need to cover with music there, but I don't know, something about it. This is probably relating to, yeah, if it's going by the colors here, this is actually a battle for me. One of several, apparently. And the tip right there about giving mages gems so they can cast more powerful stuff, that only applies to fights or battles. Because if your mage is casting a spell in the world map, then the gems are just going to come straight out of your national treasury. Now we've actually already got a lot of power as Marignon. Cause we have pretty strong armies. We have to pay for them, of course, but hey. We've also got a god that has some astral magic. I think we still need to get him up to level 3. It's been a while since the last episodes I recorded, so I can't quite remember everything. Also, speaking of episodes and the like, if you missed it... Let's see... Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, finally started releasing my Friday series, the Wild Terraria Fridays. Should be fun. I actually do really enjoy Terraria, I just haven't played it for a long time. Lost 8 of the Royal Guard, but we got rid of them. You know what, we're actually going to go ahead and bump this up to 50. There we go. Not doing a full 100 because that Bayville is not one of what I'm going to call the wall provinces. Cloudbreakers is. What I mean by wall provinces are the ones that, like, in this case, it'd be Griffin Spires, Sleepy Mountains, Terrace Peaks, Cloudbreakers, Glanus, and Boral. These are the provinces that basically, as long as I control those provinces, nobody's going to be able to get into Marignon. Build a couple more temples because they're useful. He's got some troops, not many. We'll send him back to Marignon in just a bit to get reinforcements. +1 for up to 3 squads. There we go. We'll have another one of the Goetic Masters pretty soon. We're actually going to stop recruiting them. We've got plenty. And Blood Magic is up to level 6. Is there anything fun we can do? Well, we can call horrors now. Sorry, I had a text message. Could also bind Ice Devils. Rejuvenate, what's this do? Oh, okay. Oh, the 5 gates. That's always a fun one. Like how it says anywhere in the world, pretty much it says you can attack an enemy commander wherever in the world the caster chooses. Range 5 provinces. Also cannot target underwater. So anywhere in the world you choose as long as it's very close by and dry land. This is the one we're after though. It's level 7 Reascendants, 88 Blood Slaves. We're actually not too far off of that. Alrighty. I got the recruiting set up. He's currently set to build towers. The reason I don't have Henrik patrolling up there up in Bayville anymore is because once you get beyond 10 militia, it starts to form a patrol of its own. So the unrest is going to go down. Yes, I am still coughing. I'm working on that. Also, just to help you get a timeline on when this goes out, or when this is all being recorded, it's currently Friday, November 20th. It's 9:45. I've gotten a number of more subscribers. Glad to have y'all here. I know where all of you come from, pretty much. Well, unless you're brand new to when I made this, because like I said, if you subscribe after the date I mentioned a minute ago, then I might not know where you come from, because, never know. Like I've mentioned this before. I think I might have mentioned it in my Randota series, but if I can make this work, I will turn this into a full-time gig. Can't right now, but anyway, I was originally saying I was playing a lot of Fallout 4 and NHL 16. Fallout 4 is a lot tougher than you would expect. Even on normal, you get killed really quickly. They changed a lot. The last Fallout game I played was New Vegas, which, I mean, that's pretty recent, but I mean, they have changed out so much, and it's not a bad thing. I actually enjoy it a lot. It's just that I continue to I've been getting my ass handed to me recently. Whereas with NHL 16, if you don't know anything about the NHL, the Stanley Cup is basically the NHL version of the. Well, it's not quite like the World Cup in soccer, but it's basically the NHL, the ice hockey, professional ice hockey version of like the World Series for baseball, or the NBA championship, or the Super Bowl. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just do 10 of those right now. The major difference between the Stanley Cup and the Super Bowl is that the Stanley Cup is a 7-game series. You have to win the best of 7. You have to win best of 7 to win the Stanley Cup. Last year, my favorite team, the Chicago Blackhawks, actually ended up winning in Game 6 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning put up a good fight, but the Hawks won. I was rather happy about that. So the character I created in NHL 16, I've been playing for the Blackhawks. I play a right-wing forward. What's called a playmaker, which is basically I'm supposed to be passing the puck around, trying to generate offensive chances to score goals. Although recently I've kind of turned into a mix of enforcer and grinder, which is basically I've made it my job to, if somebody on the other team has the puck, I make it my job to skate directly at them and knock them off of it. And that's not an exaggeration. I've actually started a number of fights with people because I knocked their teammate on their butt. Like, I've actually hit somebody hard enough that they've landed on their back and skidded a good 10 feet. I've never actually injured anybody as far as I know, but I don't get injury reports for other teams. I only get it for my team. But yeah, I actually ended up winning the Stanley Cup in the first season I played pretty easily, but then again I was playing on the lowest difficulty. I'm currently playing on what I think is medium. It's the difficulties are amateur, pro, I forget if there's a third one, then there's all-star. I'm currently playing on the pro difficulty, so it's the second from the bottom. The other teams score a lot, but I'm still managing to win every game. I'm actually learning some good tricks too, because like that's one of the issues I have with NHL 16. Some of the controls it doesn't tell you right away, and they're not exactly intuitive. Like to do what's called a one-timer, which is a one-timer shot, which is somebody passes it to you and you just instantly fire it off at the goal. It never actually tells you how to do that, or it might. Kind of depends. Huh, okay, we are back. Carmont. Yeah, go there. More towers. I'm not gonna actually give these guys orders, it's just... Oh wait, because he gets 10, I forgot. That's why. There we go. That will be his complete army. You know what, let's go and get a Goetic Master. Just one more. I like having a lot of research. 2 turns to go, and then we'll have level 7. This is a great tip, because Illithids, if you're fighting them with an army that only has one real commander, one person that tells them what to do, the Mind Blast is going to be directed at your commander, which will destroy your army entirely, which is why I mean, it doesn't quite work on the undead, but yeah, Illithids are pretty dangerous about that. Once you actually get them into melee, they're decent fighters, but they're not great. Their major thing is the Mind Blast and their magical abilities. And I really hope Wizards of the Coast doesn't decide to sue me over using that name. Although, to be fair, they'd have to also sue Ill Winter Games, because they're the ones that made this. Still trying to decide if the background is supposed to be, like, being stuck inside of a nebula or something. But yeah, I think one of the things about NHL 16, I think you can actually end up with other people's created players working for you. So you guys, if you play NHL 16 on the PS4, you might actually have encountered my character on the Blackhawks. Unfortunately, I think I kind of, because of the number I picked, I think I might have ended up inadvertently removing a recent addition to the Hawks roster from the roster. Not intentionally, and he's actually a pretty good player. I'm not sure if he's actually playing tonight. There's a game going on right now. I'm not watching it because I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to check on the status of the game. One to one. The first period's apparently just over. Ooh, Thorn Staff too. Free treasure. Oh, well, that's not so great. I mean, still 1 to 1. Build a killing ground. It sounds very unpleasant. It is if you get caught in it. Okay, he's level 6 in Astral. I think it's... is it Conjuration? Yes, it is. It's going to be Conjuration next, so I can get Akashic Knowledge. Contact Harbinger. Ooh. Sounds like I can get a lot of angels. Ooh, I like that idea. Heavenly Choir. Nice. Holy Pyre. What I'm after. There's a... like I mentioned this earlier in the Airmore game, but every element has some kind of generator. So, for example, the Eternal Pyre gives you fire. I can't remember the name of the... I think it's... yeah, it's Stellar Focus. No, it's not Stellar Focus. I mean, Stellar Focus is one of them, but... that's it, Arcane Nexus. So it's going to be Conjuration and then Enchantment. Enchantment? If you've never played Dragon Age, that joke will go right over your head. I love the Dragon Age series. Two got really repetitive really quickly, but I like the change they made to the combat. And I haven't played it in a while, but Inquisition is great too. I'm still a little iffy on the multiplayer. I mean, it's fun, but it's, I mean, last I played it was just... My biggest issue with it is it's buggy as all hell. I've actually had several times where I had to drop out of a mission, out of a game, because the doors to the next section opened. Well, let me back up. If you're not sure about how that works, it's 5 sections separated by doors, and occasionally the doors will open, but all you'll see is just blank terrain and no walls, so you'll really just see absolutely nothing. You can still go through the door, but a lot of times it'll glitch, and it's just, you can't fix it. It's just... I mean, I love BioWare. They're a great studio. Their storytelling is always top-notch. Their characters are always brilliantly written. And their voice actors they know what they're doing. It's just that sometimes they need to bug test a lot better. I mean, there's no such thing as a bug-free game, but sorry, had a yawn. But I was gonna say there's no such thing as a bug-free game, but you'd think you'd kind of catch, assets not loading in a big feature of your game. I did like the ability to play one of the Kunari, though. Mostly because they're an interesting cultural study. I would have just saw the word Tartarian something, so that might be bad. Ooh, good, finally. We are now going to... Well, first off, we're going to assign this guy, Sorel, to researching. There we go, Melgut the Admiral. Send him up there. Alrighty, ritual spell. Where was it? It's Reascendance, I know. What the hell? Okay, he's a level 6 blood mage. Oh, it's a neat spellcaster. What does he take to be Reascendance? Level 4 blood mage, level 1 astral. He's got that. Plague of Lucas Arsenal. What the hell? Oh, it's up there. This is going to be a new experience for me, folks. I've never actually made it this far with Marignon before. I don't usually play Living Nations. And it depending on how long it takes to load this, we might actually get to see what happens. Although apparently it takes the AI a while to think. The reason I say that is because, like I said, I'm going back to rough 25 minutes. And we just passed the 1 minute remaining mark, so depending on how long this takes, we'll get to see the fallen angel. Oh, fighting going on. That first battle was kind of quick. I mean, the second one was too. 7 turns, 8 turns, 9 turns. Are we gonna see 10? Will we see 10 turns? I'll take 10 turns here, 10 turns here, 10 turns, 11, 12 turns, 12 turns total. That's the longest battle this turn so far. That was 10. Oop, there we go, folks. That is the end of this episode. We'll have to wait and see what the Fallen Angel looks like next time. Remember, folks, if you enjoy the video, please feel free to like or favorite it, or leave a comment down below. If you have any tips about playing Marignon, please feel free to send them on. I've never really played it very much. And if you enjoy Dota content, tune in tomorrow night, that is Sunday, for the continuation of Ran Dota. Should be a fun match. And if you enjoy watching a person trying to survive in a world that is actively trying to kill them, tune in on Fridays for my Wild Terraria Fridays series. And if you really want to follow along so you don't lose anything, so you never miss an episode, please feel free to click the subscribe button down below, or there will be a link at the end of the video. As for that, folks, I have been D. Good night, and good gaming.